So one of the things I've been wanting to do in this channel for a long time is talk about books that will help your poker game that have nothing to do with poker. And you don't understand how many times I have read a book and been like, oh wow, that's interesting, that applies directly to poker, and it's changed the way I think about the game. And I want to start a series, and I'm starting the series with an incredible book that's by a very close friend of mine. It's called Persuadable, and it's by Al Pinapali. I call him Al, or Al Pitt. I don't think I even know how to say his last name. But and this book came out today. And Persuadable is a very interesting book. And it's about leadership, but in reality, it's about decision making. And one of the things that's missing for so many poker players is they're not persuadable, right? And Al talks about a couple of concepts in this book that specifically relate to your game and relate to how you play poker. And so many players become fixated in their way of playing or how they play, and they're not able to take advice from other places. And this book's all about how we can basically think at a higher level, or how we can lead at a higher level by optimizing and by getting better at taking feedback and creating systems for feedback in place. And I've read this book, and the amount of correlates between poker and decision making is absolutely incredible. And one of the things I want to do, since most of the books that I'm going to do in this series, I don't actually know the author. This I know the author, is a very close friend of mine. So what I will be doing is I'm recommending his book, first of all. And the second thing I'm going to do is, in the middle of March, I'm going to host a private 2-hour webinar where it's almost like a book club. And we're going to connect the themes of this book to actually poker. And I'm going to show you how these things apply. And this is how it goes. If you can't make it, I'm going to give you a copy of the video. But if you can, you just basically buy a version of this book in hardcover, or if you want to buy an audiobook, that's fine too. And just send me the email with a picture of you in the book or a receipt of the book, and I will send you a response. Send the email to blake@schoolcards.com, and I will send you a response with basically when it's going to take place and a link to register, so we can kind of go over it. It's like my first version of a book club. I think it's going to be really interesting. There's a lot of other books I'm going to recommend as well, but this is definitely at the top of my list. Just because it's so fresh, and I just read it and I was like, holy shit, there's so many correlates between this and poker, it's incredible. And it just gets us thinking more. Let's use poker as a method for improving our lives in other ways besides just decision making at the table, but decision making, pretty much everywhere. That's about it. Persuadable, purchase on Amazon, hardcover, much better. That's about it. Email me, blake@schoolcards.com.